Not much longer, we'll never let go. I know it's one-way track. I'm not gonna think straight. I count on close my eyes and feel it burn. Now I see what I'm gonna do. Open your heart, it's gonna be alright. Hello and welcome everybody, I'm your humble host, Gavin the Kitty, and today we are playing Sonic Riders DX. I should have probably put that it was DX in the title. I probably will do that after the fact, so if it's changed, whatever. If it's not, hey, whatever. It's the same game, essentially. But our main difference is the amount of characters. I just realized I gotta switch over to the TV. Hope everybody's doing alright today. I figured Sonic Riders would be a good fit for today. I know everybody's been asking me to do more Sonic. So, the main differences here are some slight control tweaks, some minor gameplay changes to lessen the wear and tear on your controllers. Speaking of, I would really like to switch my controller out, but I don't think I have a better GameCube controller in my little box over there. So that is a shame. But yeah, another thing that they changed, well, one, music in the menus has changed. There's a random set of music that'll play for each stage and each thing. We also have new characters like Metal Sonic, Silver the Hedgehog, and Chaos Zero. There's also all of these open slots. So if somebody wants to pick up where this team left off, you can add your own characters up to a certain point. That and the disc size is apparently smaller, as it warns me every time. And this animation is added. I think this is a fan animation. There's no way that this is not. Very, very good, though. Yes, that is a fan animation. So, yeah. But what we're going to be doing is the story mode. We have Heroes and we have the Babylon story. So we're just going to go with the Heroes for now, because, yeah. The cutscenes in this game are gorgeous, by the way. So this game takes place kind of in the middle of everything else.
There, what's that?
Yeah, voice acting's still not super great.
Right. Now we're talking.
It is a shame that we only got 3 Riders games, because they are canon to the main Sonic timeline. I'm trying to do as many of the missed titles that I didn't get to in between things. Because, yeah, of course. Sonic Riders is one of those games where it's a little tough to just be like, oh yeah, it's canon. Because there's so much that's not. But yeah, believe it or not, this is canon. This takes place right before Sonic 06. This is the last use of the egg pawns before they get phased out, and then they come back again afterwards. Essentially, just know that this is what Eggman's doing before Sonic 06. We'll get to it in the big video when we finish recording that, finish recording and editing that. So.
So, you're supposed to be the fastest thing alive? Oh, new competition.
And that's the entirety of the story from Sonic's side of things. Pretty bare bones, easy peasy.
Eggman.
We're using the Heroes models, but they are slightly edited to have their own little flair to it.
Since you all seem so bored, I put together a little extra something to spice things up. I call it the X-World Grand Prix, a tournament to see who's the best of the best with extreme gear. Not just
But yeah.
a race, but
A special race, everybody.
And these races are no holds barred. All contestants pay a simple
The game's
fee and one
learning
chaos
curve is
element,
very, very
and the
high,
winner
and the
takes
skill
it all.
ceiling is just as high. I am not the best at this game, and you're gonna see that I suck at Riders all the way through this. To unlock everything the first time around,
Eggman
I
again.
had Karmic
Just what is he up to this
play
time?
the game,
And
because
there's
he's
more.
much better.
Before I forget, I'll present the current contestants. These players, they're hot. The best racers I can find.
So yeah,
Hey, that's the X-World Grand Prix, huh? Let's do this.
alright. Yeah, I do have a PlayStation 2 copy of this game and a GameCube copy of this game. I chose the GameCube because I heard it runs better. I don't know how true that is. I also
Right, bring it on.
just now noticed just how loud that actually is. Holy cow. I am messing up because I'm in the midst of looking at things. These are win streams. You can just kind of stay in them to speed yourself up. We're on second right now. We want to come in top 3. That was what I was trying to do. This game is going to take a lot of energy to try and get good. This is something where you'd normally have to rotate the stick. However, you don't have to here. We've got a boost. And they flatten me. We want to keep our air meter up. And the best way to do that is by performing tricks. But this is, this specific mod is meant for competitive play. But I figured it couldn't hurt to do it. Hello, X0. Welcome. We are doing some Sonic. Oop. They're leaving a trail. There we go. I am running out of the air. If you can do a sharp enough turn with that, you can actually get a speed boost off of it. And just like that, we got first. How are you doing today, X0XL? How's everybody else doing in chat? I know a lot of you, some of you have probably come from Spectre's chat again, I hope. A lot of them showed up yesterday, and I really do hope we can continue to get them as an audience, because they're all pretty chill. We're going to continue the story mode here. It is nice to have a story mode in a racing game, I'm not going to lie. It's interesting.
Exactly is Eggman really after?
Ah, it can't be anything too important.
Hey, Sonic!
Huh? Amy? Don't tell me you've signed up too.
Of course, it really looks exciting and fun. Why wouldn't I join?
None of the characters that were added in are going to appear in the story mode. They did no edits to the story mode as far as I know. There is an updated texture and model portion of this hack, but I did not choose to include it because...
Park?
Uh-huh. I think it was on the boards of those guys we ran into in Future
Yeah.
City.
Riders is kind of an interesting situation where it got 3 games and that's it, and the third game was more of a casual fare to it for the Kinect. I will be doing that game when I get my Fursuit in. It's why I've been so frustrated that the Fursuit has not come in. It's one of the many, many reasons. Because I do not feel comfortable enough showing my face to all of you. When I show my face to you guys, sometimes I get some weird comments, and I'm like, no, I'm good. So, we're gonna wait for Free Riders to do that. Free Riders is a fantastic soundtrack, good-looking models, interesting gameplay, but they kind of botched the landing because of Kinect, and then they didn't allow for any controller support because Kinect. But fans have recently put controller support in it, but I feel like I'm doing the game a disservice by not playing it like that. Like, we're playing Zero Gravity on the Wii, so...
Stop! I get it, okay? It just floats, and that's good enough for me. Huh?
Sorry, but it's just too funny. Huh? That gear's unusual. Customized it myself.
Gonna steal it later.
Well,
And she's rude.
See ya, shorty. Oh, that girl! Who does she think she is?
Yeah,
course.
how can she just walk in and diss Tails?
I know, and tinkering's all he's really good at, too.
The next race is about to begin. Please continue.
So, Jet, Wave, and Storm are all one team in this game. One's power, one's speed, one's flying. I haven't really gotten into the fact that each character has their own stats. Essentially, each of them have been dubbed into the speed, flying, or power type. And the way that functions is each character has their own specific paths. Coming off of ramps and stuff, Tails is a lighter character, so he's able to kind of fly a bit longer than any other characters, allowing for more tricks. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be good at any of them, but I suppose I'll have to at least try. The game really doesn't explain a whole lot to you, and that's something that is kind of on running with the Riders series, is that they really don't explain a whole lot. They just kind of throw you in, and the one time they did explain a whole lot, it didn't work. Because it was for a Kinect, and most people playing it just did not fit the very specific and rigid instructions that they lay out. And I mean specific and rigid in the worst way possible. You end up having to play the exact same way every single time. You end up having to move your body in a specific way to get it to get the board to work. And that's just the way it is. It sucks. It blows. I lost my balance and also some speed. Okay, then. There's one of the higher ranks, the X rank there. That'll boost us up a ton with some speed. Oh no, this is where I'm gonna lose, isn't it? We'll just boost and hope for the best, right? Hello, KE949, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Well, I'm trying to think of stuff to talk about for this game, but the story really does take a backseat. I guess I should go into detail that the Babylonians are the main contestant for this. The three of them, Wave, Storm, and Jet. They are only canon because of the IDW comics. Otherwise, you could probably write these characters off. They don't really appear anywhere else. They're not in Generations, minus, I think, a minor cameo, but so are Ray and Mighty. You could probably write this game off because of the way the egg pawns look, but that really doesn't do much of anything. I mean, it doesn't change anything. The Babylon Gardens being there doesn't do anything. The thing is, though, they really did try to make it part of it.
It wasn't my fault. If he hadn't jumped out of the way just now, I would have clobbered.
What?
The race is about to start. All participants,
So, yeah.
please get to your positions now.
Riders is one of those games that can definitely be written off. However, the Babylons, the the birds here that we've got to deal with, do end up being quite canon, because the owl statues in Labyrinth Zone in Sonic 1, we have all sorts of different bird statues in that stage around the level. Some of them are fish, but not all of them. Most of them are birds. Another thing. Yeah. So then on top of that, on top of the whole, you know, you could write this game off. The only thing that really connects to the main story beyond the comics is... Oh boy, I am failing at this. But yeah, the only thing that really connects it other than the comics is the game Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. The problem with that game is it was never finished. There was meant to be a trilogy of games, and the problem is that just didn't end up happening. And so we don't really know the full story. They go off into space. They learn why the Babylonians are there. And I believe this is the game where Eggman wins a rug. I always misspeak when I'm talking about that. I just know that Eggman wins a rug in one of these games, and it's the only time Eggman wins. It's either this one or it's the next one. But Eggman winning a rug really doesn't change anything. It's referenced in Sonic Generations. I don't see any power areas in this game. Yeah, I'm really not seeing any good places to do any shortcuts. Oh, I didn't mean to go there. I didn't mean to go there! No! Stop! Stop angling me like that. Just gonna boost. Yeah, no, but Sonic Riders. I figured we would get more reviewership for this, just because Sonic Riders is such a hot game. But yeah, no, there's a lot of games, videos about why this game is so good. I haven't really mentioned the air meter and what's so important about that. The air meter essentially allows us to keep riding our board. If we're out of air, we have to walk. And the only way to get air is by doing tricks. So, yeah. I hope everybody's been doing okay. That big CRT I bought, just small update here. Big CRT I bought is having some problems. I don't know whether it's the outlet or if it's like a blown capacitor on the board, or if the buttons are just stuck, but it keeps like changing channels randomly and changing volume randomly. I'm not making it up. It's just a hardware problem, I think. Which is really annoying because I did not want to have to change to a flat screen or something like that. I really did want a CRT up there, but...
No, I've checked you out, actually. Not bad. I admit you're pretty fast on your feet. But here, it's a whole different story when riding with extreme...
And this is Jet the Hawk. He is our main antagonist for the game, but he also fills kind of a Shadow the Hedgehog role for this.
Might as well kiss the ground and go home.
He's just kind of a jerk.
Who does he think he is?
Well, I don't think he's all talk, you know. I better be on my toes during this competition.
I never imagined anyone would enter the race with such a piece of junk.
Sorry, Sonic. I just need to fine-tune a few things. Then your extreme gear will be at 100%.
Hey, Tails, you always do your best, so don't worry.
Yeah, but she has a point.
Oh, boy.
She's a really brilliant mecha mechanic. Sonic, don't worry. I'll unlock the secret of the extreme gears for us.
Oh boy. Yeah, the whole thing about the extreme gear is that they're just riders. Apparently, the boards were made by Eggman. Most of them were. Which is really funny.
Now, the race is
This is what they sold to everybody. You may notice that there's a lot of adventure music going on. That's something that I didn't mention, is that each stage has its own... each stage has its own... Each stage kind of has its own... Shoot. Oh, come on. Just do a jump, please. Alright. I think we're gonna retry this one. So sorry about that. Yeah, the game will pick random bits of music to play for each stage. So we're not stuck with just the same old techno tracks. We've got stuff from Sonic Adventure, Sonic Advance, Sonic, just basically, if it's a Sonic game that has come out, you're probably going to hear some remixes from it. This mod did come out... in 2022, so anything that came out within that time span, you can probably admit that there's probably going to be some, you probably hear that there's probably going to be some music from it. There's a Marvel vs. Capcom track in this game that made me kind of giddy. Do one of those. Alright, we're doing some tricks, we're doing some good. Hello, Liam, welcome. I'll read your comment in just a second. These races require a little bit of focus. Especially because I'm not very good at them. Dang you. It put me right in front of Wave. Or, no, is that... Yeah, that's Wave. I had to remember real quick. I'm like, which one is Wave? We're going to be doing our best on all of these races. There we go. That's what I wanted to do originally, but I didn't have enough air. You need air to do jumps, do tricks, and do all of that. So if you're just picking up the game and whatnot, it can be a little tricky. I failed to land correctly, but I still got first. What's up? I just got out of school. It's exactly 1 week in a row. Oh, I'm doing alright. Oh boy. Well, interesting. But I'm going okay, minus the whole CRT not working properly. Oh boy. This is way, way, way harder on the original controls.
Congratulations! I'll be over here cheering you on.
We did some practice runs yesterday. to try and make sure I can remember all of this. I'm gonna definitely need that for Zero Gravity. Zero Gravity does have a patch. If you guys want me to run... Actually, here, I'll put a poll up. Why not? Not a whole lot of you guys here, but I'm sure we'll pick up traction eventually.
But remember, the prize will be won by the racer who's performed the best throughout this competition.
There's a patch out there for Zero Gravity that does the exact same thing as this game. Makes it more competitive, a little bit easier for newcomers, and it also adds some extra characters and whatnot. So, do you guys want to see me play it with the patch or without the patch? I'll start the poll there, and it'll just kind of run throughout the rest of the video. I don't really know if I'm going to be going back to Mega Man this week, but yeah, no. We're going to be doing both stories today. All we got to do is get in first, so... Oh boy. Maybe I should do Adventure 2 again. People seem to like when I do Sonic, so... Oh boy. I am in last place. Like, I knew this was gonna be... Alright, in we go for lap 2. I'm gonna doing my best to read chat with this game going on. So I gotta hit, to grind on a rail, I have to hit jump like 3 times. Should have did just like a small, slight turn. Can I at least get third, please? Please, Knuckles. You're kidding me. We're having some technical difficulties, folks. By technical difficulties, I mean I'm having a skill issue. We're gonna retry. Oh man, I am not gonna be playing that great today, I guess. I'm trying my best. We're on like final / second to final. Oh, come on now. I bumped into somebody and it threw me off the edge. Gonna boost there. Hello, Gaming with Santy. Dinosaur Fan 21. Yeah, I do remember you, actually. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you back. We are running a poll right now to see if you guys want to see Zero Gravity with the re-gravified patch or not, and I'm playing Sonic Riders DX on my actual GameCube here, because I'm an insane person who just loves attempting craziness. We didn't get to this game last year on the Sonic... Yeah, I'm getting roughed up. Yeah, no, all the streams are still up. I've been streaming since forever. Still doing it. This week is kind of Memorial Week. I've been playing some lighter games in order to try and help the the viewers of a person I respect quite a lot called Spectre DeWolf. He did a lot of lovely content, so this week I'm putting links in his server and whatnot to try and entertain his viewers because he recently passed, so... I don't think Omo Chow understands what landing correctly is. If I made it and I'm not fumbling, I think I landed correctly. Okay, so it's just me and Tails. Yep, saw that coming. Yeah, so this is just kind of a lighter thing. I'm just hoping a lot of them come in and hang out. I want there to be some positive vibes. I'm gonna be going to a friend of mine's. I'm gonna be on a friend of mine's stream in this weekend, actually. I'll be live in person, actually. He invited me over before all heck broke loose, and we're gonna be hanging out and doing a stream together, and I think I'm gonna be staying the weekend. That was kind of the original plan. But for now, Sonic Riders for everyone else. Alright. Alright. But yeah, no, we're just doing Sonic Riders today, trying to bring the positive vibes. The problem is there's not a whole lot to talk about this game. The Babylonians aren't that interesting, in my honest opinion. I know some people really like them. I like the characters, I like the design, I just don't think the Babylonians themselves are great characters. Jet the Hawk and all that. Eh. I want to hit that rail so badly. Bang! First place. The new ruined security breach. No, I haven't. I haven't been back to security breach since our playthrough last year. I didn't enjoy it as much as what a lot of people wanted me to, and a lot of the comments and stuff just turned me off from playing it anymore. If I can time the jump right, you can actually get up there. No, 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 no. God damn it. Tails. Dang it! No, I haven't played Ruin. I didn't really enjoy Security Breach, so I kind of just determined I wouldn't really like Ruin. I'll cover it if you guys want me to, but... we still have time to catch up. I'd be down to try it if it's like a free update or something. I'll give it a go, but I really don't want to spend money on that game. I already gave them $60 for the PS5 version. And the game is just as broken as on PS4, and I don't know. Not for me. I'll stick to my Resident Evils and stuff when I want to get spooky. Stick to my Castlevanias. Oh, dang it. Why? Why, Tails? Why? Okay, me double tapping did nothing. Got it, got it. There's that. Oh no, you're fine. I never expect everybody to catch every stream. I've at least limited myself now to three a week. I do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I upload a short on like Monday. I've got bigger videos still planned. Not fair. Tails is annoying everybody. But not because he's a bad character. Just because he's trying to steal first place. Okay, we can totally still make this. Yes! There we go. But no, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. That was not... Yeah, that's alright, chat. You're gonna lose. Hello, Gallo. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. What the hell? What a cheater. Yeah, we're just playing Sonic Riders today. Vibing, chilling. I've got a poll running right now to see if you guys want to see Zero Gravity with or without the patch. Jet the Hawk is the major player in the IDW comics. He did one... He did one thing in there. To help save everybody from the Zombot virus thing. But yeah, here we learn that the Babylonians also had a small connection to the Emeralds. They got a little Tesseract there. Well, this is the first game. Jet's not a bad guy. He just wants it for his own gain and doesn't actually tell anybody that his motivations are actually fine. His motivation is he wants to bring back Babylon. He wants to learn about his culture. He wants to learn about his history. Kind of like what Knuckles is doing in the start of Sonic Frontiers. If you've seen the little short that they had, it's exactly that. Well, he's later than Knuckles. Knuckles is already part of the game. Knuckles came out in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so much later.
This is Babylon Garden.
But he also has a different personality than Knuckles.
Now I'll get the treasure of Babylon.
The treasure's a rug or something like that. I know it's silly to say. These cutscenes still hold up today, by the way. These pre-rendered ones. They've been having the same studio make these cutscenes since forever, so there's actually, somewhere on a hard drive, a really high-res, like, 4K version of this cutscene. Which is great. Alright, well, I'll catch you later, Santy. Feel free to pop back in whenever.
I found you.
Character-wise, I hated playing Knuckles in Sonic 3. Oh, I see. Yeah, character-wise, he's kind of filling the same role as Knuckles. He's,
It's a new gear I prepped up just in case something like this happened.
Thinking ahead, Tails? Thanks.
What did I tell you about thinking ahead, Tails? Alright, so... No, what Jet wants is he just wants to learn about his history. He doesn't actually care about Eggman. He doesn't really want anything. He just wants to know what it was like.
You can't
And whatever treasure is there is rightfully his because he was supposed to be... He apparently descended from kings of... the kings of Babylon.
I'll show you what true speed really is.
I don't know. A lot of the Babylon story stuff doesn't ever come into play until Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, and I don't plan on playing that because it's not very good, and I'm gonna be honest, I played through the entirety of Sonic 06. I had a blast with that. I played through the entirety of Sonic and the Secret Rings. I played through a majority of Sonic and the Black Knight. But there are some games where I have to draw the line. I just can't. Here it is playing some Secret Rings music because the patch. And I think this is just a grand old feat here.
Emergency alert. Emergency alert. Prepare to repel intruders. Repeat. Emergency alert. Emergency alert. Prepare to repel intruders.
Yeah, I love the Secret Rings music, though. It really does fit on the GameCube. It's weird to say that, though, because, like, Secret Rings came out on the Wii. I do love the Sonic series quite a lot. I know way too much about it. The turns on this stage are really, really difficult. I didn't want to hit jump. Dang it. Yeah, no, I have a big playlist full of every single Sonic thing we've ever done on the channel. The goal was to play through every single Sonic game. And make that my jumping off point. The only problem with that has been getting an audience for it. Because there's a lot of people that like Sonic, right? All I know about Sonic Riders is how bad Free Riders was. My favorite Sonic Adventure 2 shit. Oh, okay, yeah. So, Sonic Riders was... So, oh boy, yeah, no, if that's all you know, that's actually very minimal. Sonic Riders started on the GameCube as a... I'm gonna restart this stage, because this stage is tough. You have to come in first. Sonic Riders came out 2004-ish, 2005-ish, and the whole goal with it was be a... Countdown started and it's ready to go. Films open in a stereo. That's fast, putting on a show. the West. Dive in, I'll put you to the test. Oh man, love this song. Man, let's bring your best. Alright, so Sonic Riders was developed in late 2004 as a way to take advantage of something called... There was an early beta demo on the Xbox called Sonic Extreme. This was different from the Sonic Extreme that was developed for the Sega 32X and Saturn. It was a skateboarding game that they showed off to Sega. It was essentially a Tony Hawk-style trick game. It didn't come out. Sega did like the skateboarding concept and started using it to... Oh boy. They started trying to make their own style of racing game for it, and they loved the idea of Sonic on a skateboard, so we got Sonic on a skateboard. But hoverboard. And honestly... I am failing so hard. Let me retry here and catch up on the chat. Oh, hey Jordan, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
All right, bring it on.
Oh boy. Alright, we'll let them take care of that. This stage is incredibly annoying and difficult. Final stage of the hero story, and it's just annoyingly difficult with how sharp these turns are. And the bad thing is the next game doesn't lighten up at all. Oh, I'm okay. I bought a CRT that looked exactly like the one that that Mom had, and it broke on me. The buttons on the front did, but I'm alright. Friend of mine recently died. I'm trying to help out the audience for that, because he was also a YouTuber. And, yeah. But I'm alright. Overall, mostly. 90%. Just trying to stay out of trouble. And apparently failing at trying to get first place. Full-time job, yeah. Kind of feels like a full-time job. I've been editing a lot lately. I've been working on getting done with the... I believe the video at this point is about 3 hours long, explaining the Sonic lore. Been working pretty tirelessly on that, and also trying to get done the part 3 of the Mega Man retrospective that I've started. Both of those have taken a lot of my time. Oh, somebody whacked me. Yeah, there's no way. I gotta restart one more time.
All right, bring it on.
Probably got the idea from the beginning of this too. Yeah, probably. It is mostly the same team. But a lot of the air riding stuff comes from a demo of for the Xbox called Sonic Extreme. It's one of those... You can keep saying Sonic Adventure 2, but when you see the demo of Sonic riding on a skateboard, like, and it's not, it doesn't look like this, it's kind of hard for me to be like, oh yeah, it's totally not that. Hi, Katie. Yeah, no, if you're all in on for the Sonic lore, I should have that video done by the end of the month. That is the goal. Put out one video each month. Last month, I barely got one out, and it was the troubled history of Bubble Bobble and how not to make a video game sequel. They just sucked at understanding markets outside of Europe. Which you'd think wouldn't be that much of a hindrance, but then you remember Europe's only like the size of California, so... Then it's like, oh, that's tiny. And a lot of the stuff they did there was like microcomputers that nobody owned anywhere else outside of Europe. It was great. The day that video went up, I just kept getting comments on the bottom of the video. It did good in Europe, and I'm like, that's not everywhere. Oh, barely stuck that. Okay. Ah, too much. Too much speed. I know, too much speed in a Sonic game. That's heresy. Well, I did not mean to go in there. Apparently I had enough speed to. I'm just going down all the wrong paths. There's that. I think I've got a chance to catch up here. Maybe. As long as I can stay on the grind rails. Yeah, nope, gotta retry again. Yeah, I think it's actually at 100 and something. You capturing OG hardware or playing emulator? I am playing on OG hardware. Although this is a hack that makes it easier to play. Because the original game had a lot of really confusing controls. Essentially, like, every trick was mapped to something, and the boost was not as clear as possible, and going was not just holding forward. It was, like, holding down 3 buttons, and I don't know. The original controls were just not very responsive. The game was good, but the controls weren't responsive, and the way to make them responsive was just like, play better, and it was like, that's not good. That's not a good way to handle that. So, I'm actually running a ROM hack of this game on real hardware, which is nice. I wasn't sure if it was going to work. It actually shrunk the disc size, too, so... God dang it. Oh, come on. They're on the outside. Ah, screw. This is really annoying. I hate this stage so much. It's the final stage for both stories. I mean, the game's fairly short. You can get done with the first, like, 4 tracks, no problem. And then you get to this final 5th one, and it's just like, oh yeah, no, you're just going to fail. And that's gonna be your game. The more annoying thing is, though, that they don't actually fill out the roster for these stages with other Sonic characters. It's just Egg Pawns and 1 Babylonian, and the only time you get to see the other Sonic characters race alongside you is with either the multiplayer or the second to final track, where you get to race alongside the other Tails and Knuckles. Which makes the roster a little weird, because the roster has, like, 4 characters who aren't even from the Sonic series. It's got Nights into Dream, which, I mean, sure, that counts. We'll count it. Sonic was in Christmas Nights. But then we also had stuff like Monkey Ball, Eye, and the Crazy Taxi board. There's also an Alex Kid board, and a Hang On and Super Hang On board. Dang it. One thing I haven't mentioned about the gameplay is that the annoyance of the air meter can really come into play when doing tricks. It's one of those things where the air meter will constantly be draining, no matter what you do, until you do a trick, land on a rail, go into the air. You have to. It is always like shrinking, essentially, and the only way to get more air is to either get lucky with the thing or play well. So up until now, the air meter really hasn't mattered. Hey, Mountain Man, how you doing? There we go. Yep, saw that coming. This and Battletoads waterboard scenes suck. Yeah, but at least at least Battletoads, any modern way to play it, you can just rewind. This is the whole game.
All right, bring it on.
Yeah, there was one Sega crossover on, I believe it was either the Saturn or the Dreamcast, where it was all about the main character working at a closing down Sega studio. And, like, one of the major crossover points was the fact that each person working at the studio was a different Sega character. And the only character that doesn't make an appearance there is Sonic. Like, even Alex Kidd, he runs, like, a used game store that the main character has to visit a couple times. But yeah, this is the whole game. It's really competitive, to the point where there's a online scene for this, which is the whole reason this patch exists, because they wanted a game with a higher skill ceiling, and simplifying the controls gave them a higher skill ceiling. And some of them wanted to play as, like, Chaos and Silver, and they threw them in there, along with a bunch of other remixes and stuff. Good, finally home. Nice. Glad to hear it. Glad you're away from the pylons. There we go. Oh, Bailey Man. I don't know how many active speedrunners this game has. I don't think I've ever seen this game run at like a GDQ or anything. I know there's regular racing tournaments. I'm in their Discord. I had to be to get the patch, but... Oh, we're well ahead of Jet. But now the Egg Pawn's going to be the one that beats us. Of course. Of course. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, well, that's essentially the story for Heroes, but we'll go for Babylon's. I'll show you guys Jet's story. They give you a bit more context for everything going forward, which is nice.
Hey, boss! We've got some major trouble!
Storm, at least learn to knock before entering a room.
The weird thing about Sonic games is that they're voice acted differently than every other video game made at the time. They synced up the lip flaps for the American audience first, and then did the Japanese recordings. So, there's only 2 Sonic games, I believe, off the top of my head, that do it the other way around, and I think one of those is Frontiers, and the other one is Sonic Adventure 2. But everybody else, they did the American voices first, I believe.
You'll probably use it in some crazy experiment of yours.
Oh, come on. I only want to look at it.
Could be.
You always say you only want this or that. Remember the teachings of our ancestors. Be careful what you ask for. Ultimately, you'll only get 3 true wishes.
Oh, be quiet. Why'd you burst in here anyway?
Well, an egghead? Egg salad? No.
Someone called Eggman wants to speak to you.
He told me that he has an interesting proposition for you.
Stop interrupting. Knock it off.
Storm's an idiot.
Am I interrupting?
Wave is
So then,
sassy,
I heard you wanted to
and
see
Jet is just Sonic if Sonic was a jerk.
Legendary rogue, your reputation precedes you. I've heard so much about your infamous group.
Enough. What do you want?
And they pay so little attention to the rest of the Sonic universe that they don't even know who Eggman is, which is hilarious to me.
Now, could this be true?
Huh? What's this key?
Really now? You don't have to be so distrusting. Were you aware of this? I imagine not yet. The key to Babylon Garden is...
Huh. So let me get this straight. We just need to collect all these Chaos Emeralds, right? Sounds easy.
You really think so, eh?
What do you mean? Are you saying the Babylon Rogues incapable of stealing some puny emeralds?
Yeah, you could think of the Babylon Rogues kind of... You've seen the Sonic movie, and you know about
He's called Sonic.
the
He's said
owl
to be the
Claw...
fastest
what's her
creature on
name?
Earth.
Something Claw.
I've had many
It's not White
dreadful
Claw.
encounters with this
That's a
pest.
drink.
He may be the fastest creature
I think
on
it's
Earth,
Iron...
but in the end,
Iron Talon?
me
Something
and my
like that.
extreme gear,
Sonic's
that's
mother
a
in the
joke.
start of the first Sonic movie. They are part of the Babylons. So essentially, you can think of
To prove who's the best begins now.
you can kind of think of these birds as like a precursor to them, which is hilarious because there's another owl in Sonic, the Sonic OVA, and yeah. But all this stuff takes place at different times of the day compared to the rest of the Sonic franchise. And I am messing up big time.
The race to prove who's the best begins
What's with the
now.
cube? The cube is supposed to open up their ancient city that they were supposed to be kings to. There's that. Oh. I'm messing up all sorts of... Sonic or Mega Man might be the ticket into... Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't really want to be on the GDQ stage. Like, it'd be cool. Yeah.
No way I'm gonna lose.
But I don't think I really want to. Because the GDQ stage is meant for people who know their game like the back of their hand. I've seen people get in massive trouble with speedrunning communities for showing up without actually being speedrunners. And, I mean, it would require a lot of time. But I think with how the way I run this channel, I think I prefer to stick to my wheelhouse first and foremost. The Babylon story is harder than the other story. Starts you off at a higher skill ceiling with a completely different map. Essentially, each map in the game has two different ways you can go with it. A nighttime variant, evening variant, or day variant. And they just kind of pick two of those and run with it. So for Jet here, we've got essentially our first major Alright, well. Just gonna take a boost here. Boom! One final boost, we did it. Oh no, this Mountain Man, this game plays no different. This game plays way differently than a Mario Kart game. Mario Kart, you hold down a button and you steer. This game, you're always moving once you get on that board. And all you gotta do is like steer yourself left and right. Perform tricks using the analog stick by rotating it, jumping by holding down and then letting go of the A button, as long as you have enough air to do so. The rings and stuff, the items that you get on the track are just meant to speed you up or give you invincibility. They're not going to be like, oh, drop a banana peel behind you, because that's not the kind of racing game it is. You can go and smack people off the track and whatnot. It's kind of like F-Zero if your car getting destroyed in F-Zero had no consequences, other than you being a place or two behind.
It was good for a laugh. See ya, shorty.
Oh, that girl!
Yeah. The Halo one, there was one for this like speedrunning, running on top of a bus game style thing. It looked like a mobile title to me, but it apparently like they cheated with that. I don't know. Red Canyon here is kind of cool because it's technically the outskirts of Red Mountain from Sonic Adventure. Which is cool for me because I love Sonic Adventure. Wave here is the flying type. I think they should all be flying type because they're birds, but okay, whatever. With Tails, it made sense, you know. He's the only one that could fly in the main games. This, I don't know. I don't know what it wants me to do there. Yeah, no, I'm excited for this weekend. I'm going to be up in up by Akron to help out a friend of mine's stream. Spending the evening over there and... Oh, how did I get turned around? What? What? I'm confused. We're gonna retry. Mr. Yeah, this did. So, Yuji Naka was the lead designer for Sonic games, and he did a piss poor job of a lot of it. He was a hassle and a half to work with. He was destructive towards the company of Sega. That's what happened. I didn't have enough momentum. Okay. Or enough jump height. Hi, February. Yeah, but no, this had Yuji Naka as, like, the lead designer, but not in the same way as the other game. He was kind of, like, co-designing, if I remember correctly. But Yuji Naka is kind of, like, the Sonic series' main problem. For many years, it's been hard for the rest of the series to get out from under his heel. I am just struggling here. Like, he recently went to jail. He's in jail for it was either 2 to 7 years for insider trading, because he hasn't been with Sega in so long. He went to work at Square Enix. Well, he went and shared a whole bunch of insider trading secrets regarding their newest games after his game, Balan Wonderworld, failed. Because he got mad at the company and wanted to make a quick buck off of them. So gave out a whole bunch of secrets, was trading himself, only made, like, I don't know, a couple $1,000 before he was caught. Then he went, got fined, and like, whatever. Did it again with Dragon Quest. Got fired. Tried it one more time, got arrested. So... And that was the guy kind of leading the charge at Sega at the time. Which I think is just not a good look. Yeah, don't like Yuji Naka. Because, like, he on the Knights team, he had a photo that he put up online of the entirety of the Knights team. And he photoshopped out one of the lead developers. And it's like, dude, he did most of your programming. What? Like, we know he did most of the programming. And then we learned a whole bunch more about what he was doing when he was at Sega, and that hurt his case even more, because he spent the entire time at Sega daring them to go back into the console market when it was when they would have gone bankrupt, and then there would be no Sega. He was basically trying to kill the company and kill every one of the franchises, which is a shame, because, like, then we wouldn't get any more Outrun or Jet Set Radio or anything. There'd just be no hope for it. Like, I'm sure somebody would pick up the Sonic license and do something with it, but it wouldn't be the same. That's for sure. Hello, Zeke, Tyler, Andre, Sington. Same thing with Commodore. Yeah. I didn't know that he got his hands caught in the cookie jar at Sega. I didn't know about that one. I know he was the main reason behind them moving the entirety of, like, half of the Sonic Adventure dev team to San Francisco and forcing that game to have a super sped up development cycle. But I didn't know that he did something at Sega of America. Yeah, that worked out. getting bounced around, but at least I'm doing the game. I'm at least winning. I'm playing terribly, but... It's the only problem with trying to play these games. They require a lot of focus. Luckily, I think Truman wants to do zero gravity, so we'll probably pick a weekend and he'll do that. Maybe he'll do it this Monday or something, if I ask him real nice. Alright, let me try to catch up on chat here. Hello, Cardinal. The whole thing, Sega covered it shortly after Sonic 2. Oh, yeah, right, because he left Sonic Team and Sega because they threw a whole big hissy fit in Japan. Came over to the West. Mark Cerny convinced him to stay on to develop Sonic 2 in the States. Sega rehired him or something like that. I don't know. I did remember hearing that. And I was surprised to hear Mark Cerny was part of it, but eh. Hello, Highlander. Welcome, welcome. We're about an hour and a half in, so I should probably do my one shill out for the video. So if you guys are enjoying the content, please drop a like, share the links around with a friend.
Dude beat me in the race.
Man, you really are worthless.
Yeah, drop a like, subscribe, share it with a friend, do all that fun stuff. I don't know, my train of thought is all over the place today.
He must have used some special type of gear.
What? Are you implying that you lost because of my gear? No one can tune a gear the way I can. Accept it, buddy. It's not the board. Your skills just suck.
What? Suck?
Yes, S-U-C-K, suck.
Stop it! Now, let's get down to business. I believe our colleague
Oh,
Eggman
wow.
has got to be hiding something. And you know, I don't like secrets, so I've got a job for you, Storm.
At least back then they did.
I want you to sneak into Eggman's
Sonic
base
2
and
was the
find
only
out
time
what
that
he's
didn't
hiding
really
there.
happen.
Make sure
Like,
you look carefully.
even Comic Zone came out first in Japan, and that was developed in America.
Bring something back, or don't return it all.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy. Whew. I at least know he failed on the on one part of that though. The Game Gear game came out first before Sonic 2. The Sonic 2 Game Gear game came out before Sonic 2 on Genesis. Okay, so instead of lava this time it's ice. I don't believe Free Riders has a story. I know Zero Gravity does, and by the end of it, everybody's kind of just buddy-buddy.
Storm is building momentum.
Oh, I understand the idea behind having the giant signs that tell me what I'm supposed to do in front of me. I also kind of wish they weren't there.
Lots of battles and also
Yeah, they only made 3 of these games. Well, Free Riders was just so bad they didn't make another one, and it's a shame because a lot of fans do want there to be another one. Because like these games are good, it's just one of them was bad, and it wasn't because the game itself was bad, just because the controller that you had to play with was bad because it forced you to use Kinect. I know somebody did patch controller support to the game recently, but I don't have a modded 360, so I can't really run it, and if I'm gonna be perfectly honest, running the game without any without the Kinect just doesn't feel right. Somehow I have managed to stay alive this long. Figured I'd be having to reset this one. I'm either good with power characters or this level's just easy. Why the heck? What? How did he keep getting in front of me? Well, there's that.
Wow, look at that display of overwhelming strength.
Big game like Type R in Japan, and almost a year before the States did. Huh? Yeah. Not Sega, I know. Oh, this game came out on GameCube. The Game Gear was well in the trash by this point. The major systems were GameCube and Xbox, the original Xbox and PS2 at this time. Like the Dreamcast had gone under. So the only sequels Riders got was one on the Wii and then one on the 360, and the 360 one sold bad because it was a Kinect exclusive.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Huh?
What's taking Storm so long?
Just sit down and relax. Chill, Wave.
Really, Jet? How can you be so relaxed at a
I've
time
only
like
got,
this?
I believe that we already did one canceled Sonic project on the channel. We did Sega Sonic Bros, which was a puzzle game.
Huh? I think it's time for a little fun.
All right.
Huh?
And Storm wanders right the,
You come back here.
or Jet
Right
wanders
now.
right the heck off.
Why do I even bother? Unless I take charge, nothing ever gets done here.
I think I'm gonna try to use the regular Wii for Zero Gravity, just so I can use a GameCube controller. Not that I don't like using the Wii Remote, but I think the game requires Wii Remote and Nunchuck, and none of my Wii Remotes have good connectors on the bottom. Hello, DeAndre. Welcome.
No way I'm gonna lose.
2. Let the board and go. Yeah, the only reason I skipped this on the original marathon last year was because I couldn't figure out a good point to pinpoint it for a timeline video, and I figured that out, so I'm trying to just finish up the rest of the series. My main goal is to try to have, as long as my Fursuit head comes in, I'm going to try to have every single Sonic game done by the time Superstars comes out, so then I'm just done at Superstars. Timeline video out, it's correct, and I could just stay up to date with Sonic through, you know, doing a new game instead of doing these older ones. I like these older ones, but yeah, I failed to land something. Hello, Mart, CJ, and Bombi. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, if it weren't for the IDW comics, I could write this game series, the Riders games, off completely. Don't worry, I'll do Sonic Boom eventually. I have it on the docket. I've got all but 2 of the games, so... Even got the whole series on Blu-ray. Am I going backwards? No. Where was I? What? Well, that was weird. Hello, Skylar. Welcome. And hello, Alejandro and Wiley. I'm doing alright, just playing some Sonic Riders. We're doing the DX patch. It's a fairly good racing game.
Sorry to keep you waiting for me.
Yeah, he does kind of suck at this.
Take a look at this, boss.
I don't even think I wiped out that hard on a skateboard. And I had some pretty gnarly falls. Board comes out from under you, you land face first into the ground. Gosh. Boy.
I got those bird brains to believe that Babylon treasure was just a gem. I can't believe they fell for it.
What fools! Can you believe the real treasure is the ancient but advanced technology of the Babylonians? What irony! I found a story about a boy who received an angel wing from the Babylonians as a gift.
Oh
The
boy.
story says that with it, the boy was able to rule the world. And this was just a gift. I'm anxious to find this technology as soon as possible. Imagine the vast possibilities of the technology they must have kept for themselves.
Oh, man. I guess it's not a gem after
Alright, we'll catch you later, Liam. Glad to have you.
Oh well.
You go get done
guess
that
this
work.
was just a
The
wasted
video will
effort.
be here when
Too
you get
bad,
back.
Really. I haven't the slightest interest in world domination or advanced technology.
Hey, wait a second, okay, Jet? While Eggman may not look smart, he is. He has an IQ of 300 after all. If he's interested in
IQ is not a
it must
relevant
have value.
scale for intelligence,
Are you
by the way.
saying there's profit in this?
Think about it. It may be more valuable than finding silver or gold.
It's a rug. It's a rug. It's not... Alright, Wario. But yeah, no, IQ is not a valid way to measure intelligence. In fact, there's not a great way to
Come
measure
on, Jet.
intelligence.
It's time to go back to the race.
There's some
Alright,
fun facts
let's
for you.
finish this. Then we'll finally get the treasure of Babylon.
Alrighty. After this, I'll show off the final, like, super secret Sega world. There's 2 of them. And I'll show off the two of the characters that we haven't seen yet. As you can see, the stage is completely different here this time. Alright, game. Like, Jet chose the wrong path because the controls decided not to move me left and right. I was holding left that entire time, too. Alright, back around this corner. Oh, shoot. So the main thing about the speed characters is that they were able to ride the rails, but everybody else can't. Power characters can burst through walls, and flying characters can take the flying paths. There's a small animation that uses some of the audio from the show, regular show. It's like, dude, you okay? And it's Jet and Sonic. Jet on the ground, wiped out, skinned up. Sonic's going, dude, are you okay? And then it's just Jet screaming. You've never seen that animation. It is worth a watch. It is absolutely hilarious. Especially with the context that Jet is just a total jerk throughout the entirety of this game. Alright, well, we still got some time to beat Knuckles, maybe. Dang it. That's so close. Inputs are suggestions a lot. Yeah, we kind of just want you to go to the right, but yeah, not if you want to. No, not if you don't have to. Just kind of suggested, you know. I did a false start. Oh, this is the trickiest bit of this. I am trying to figure out a game for tomorrow. Not entirely sure if I want to continue doing the rest of the Sonic games I haven't done yet. Oh, dang it. I'm telling you, the grind rails here are a lot harder to get on than you'd think. You'd think, oh, you just jump. No, you have to jump and then press X. Like, press the button and then press it again. And it's really easy to be like, okay, I hit it once. Because sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's like, oh, you hit it 3 times, so you're jumping again. Oh, boy. Oh boy. This is the only problem with this game, is it requires a lot of focus, so a lot of this is just like, oh yeah. You're just gonna be silent for most of your recording because you had to focus to win the race. Truman's way better at this than I am, and I will be perfectly honest. I'd much prefer if he is the one that does zero gravity. So, he does have Monday off, so there is a likelihood that we might just I might just take the day and say, whatever, we're recording. We're gonna be doing some Sonic Riders. Alright, well, I suppose we'll... I've got about 20-ish minutes left, so let's go ahead and show off that the extra tracks and stuff. There is a mission mode, tag team mode, survival. We'll just do a normal race. So, the Sega Carnival is technically the final stage in this game. We have Illusion and Carnival. I'll start with Illusion. Added to the roster here. So the main roster are Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Jet, Storm, Wave, and Dr. Eggman. Then they filled out the rest of the game with the E10 million R and E10 million G for red and green. They also included Cream, because she was the new character for Sonic Advance 2 and 3, and Advance 1 to a degree. Rouge and Shadow, because Sonic Adventure 2 Battle did incredibly well for Sega, alongside Sonic Heroes. And then, just to throw in there, we also have Knights from Nights in the Dream, I from Super Monkey Ball, and Oolala from Space Channel 5. Then they added all of these extra question areas, so that way then you could do your own characters. So added in for this patch is Metal Sonic, Silver the Hedgehog, and Chaos Zero. Silver did not appear in this game originally. He wasn't due for another 2 years, so like the main team maybe would have started planning for his abilities. But that's about it. Silver's a flying type. Of course, we got a lot of Opa-Opas here. Around the Samba de Amigo. Samba de Amigo is a game I'd love to show off for the channel, but there is no way I can get around that copyright. Like, every single song they have in that game is copyrighted. Have the Nights area. I love the nighttime version of this stage. The Sega Illusion just has more going on with it than the Sega Carnival. I love that they like to just throw all of these Dreamcast games at you. Some people could see it as a something of an advertisement. But I think this stage is really, really cool. Got Choo Choo Rocket, which is one of those games you might not have played. This area looks a lot like Sonic Colors. And then we're back to the Samba de Amigo and Opa Opa area. Nice easy peasy race. Here's hoping I can hit some of those flying sections. There we go. So then, what if I just... There's like over boosting and stuff. There's extra mechanics added to this version as well that I haven't mentioned yet. But chat, I will let you guys pick the next character that we play as. We'll be doing the Sega Carnival stage. kind of like Kirby's Air Ride, with how floaty it is. Honestly, I think most people who play Kirby's Air Ride probably like Sonic Riders. Just this floaty style racer with colorful environments and odd mechanics that you kind of have to get the hang of first.
I am not to be trifled with.
And just like that. But yeah, first message with the character that we're gonna play as. Oh yeah, and here's the Marvel music that I was mentioning way earlier on in this this thing. Ba-da-do. It's a digital dimension here, which is the stage after the Babylon Garden that I didn't get to show. Sega Illusion and Sega Carnival both don't appear. But yeah, first person in chat to say which one we're doing is the first one we'll do. We got 16 votes on that poll, so it looks like we're going to be running with the patch. I will end the poll now. We've basically seen everybody except for Eggman and everybody else in the bottom 2 rows. Could always do random. It's always a good time. Yeah, why not? We'll do Knights then. Nobody's gonna say pick one. Well, Metal Sonic. Okay, there we go. There's a choice. He's got his own board, the Metal Star, but he's also got these boots that you can pick, or the Hang-On. We'll actually be doing efficiency is terrible. The air tank's pretty good. We'll go with that. I'll show off the bikes. The bikes were introduced in... I don't believe they were introduced in this game. I thought they were introduced in Zero Gravity. Alright. I believe we got the speed type character this time around. As you can see, it's much more Samba during the day. This is a reference to, I believe it's either Billy Hatcher It's either Billy Hatcher or it's that Skies of Arcadia game for GameCube and Dreamcast. GameCube version's better, by the way. For that one. That is one that I actually know. Here's Monkey Ball. Get a couple of rings and stuff. Here's the Crazy Taxi portion. This area requires so many sharp turns. I think the Crazy Taxis would do just fine in this. There is a chance that it could have played a song that would have gotten me demonetized, so good for me that it chose the Sonic song instead of one of the songs from Crazy Taxi or Jet Set Radio. There's that. But yeah, I don't know what else there is to really say. There's like a little shop for this game. This is one of the GameCube's better racing games alongside Kirby's Air Ride. And Mario Kart Double Dash. Because none of these three games play anything alike. So owning all three isn't like, oh, I own 3 Mario Kart clones. No, it's like, oh, I own 1 Mario Kart game, 1 crazy skateboarding, like super fast, insane racer that's super competitive, and Air Ride, which is a fantastic, like, party-style game. So, always worth a good look-see. Ah, I messed that up. So when you're out of air, the character has to run on foot. Back to Knights. Or no, Billy Hatcher, sorry. I guess that would make it Skies of Arcadia, I suppose. I am just going to constantly mess that up, aren't I? This thing has terrible handling. I should have chose something else. Oh boy. Well, there's that. And the main goal there is to beat your record as you go around the track. There are a few extras on this game. Like, for one, you guys didn't get to see the title screen. There's actually a great animation for it. Once again, it picks a random song from the list of songs it can pick from. Here's like the main menu theme. Not all the audio is put in the sound test mode, which is a little annoying. If I go to options, I believe it's... Yeah, this is Bayonetta music. So I believe that would have been one of the characters. If I go in one more time, it should go back to the... Nope, just back to the same one. Here's the Black Market shop. This is one of the last times you'll see this Chow Garden shop, which is a shame, because... You know, everybody likes the Chow Garden, from what I've noticed, so... Yeah, this is a good song to end on. But yeah, this was Sonic Riders. This game is good. It's worth a check out. I don't know if Sega will ever re-release this game, but I sure hope they do. Same with Sonic Heroes and Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. All three of those games deserve a re-release, especially seeing as you could play Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 on modern hardware already with the PS3 and whatnot, and with the Xbox Series and Xbox One. But this is one of those games that just kind of stuck on the Wii and the GameCube. Certainly worth a check out. But that's it for me, guys. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and share this video with a friend. There will be videos to click on once this video gets done processing on YouTube's end. You can follow me on Twitter at GavinDragonYT, or perhaps it's called X by now. I don't know exactly. I'm going to keep doing that to cover myself. You can donate to the PayPal link on your screen in the description below if you guys want to help us out financially. With all that being said, just subscribe, share it around, leave a like. I have been your humble host. Good night, everybody.